Okay, we have a couple more things to do for this breakout game. For the interaction collision event between the ball and the block, we want two things. We want the score to increase and we want the block to disappear. So what we need to do is double click on our block. So over in the objects, double click on block, choose the sprite block, and then in add event, we're going to click on add event. And we're going to click on collision and we want it to collide with the ball. So we're going to choose object ball. Now we need to program this. So we need to set two things. We need to set the score. So we're going to click on score and we're going to drag over the top left one. And we're going to set the score relative to 50. That's pretty simple. So type in new score 50, select relative, and click OK. What we need to set next is we need to set destroy this instance. So we're going to click on main 2. Nope, it's main 1, and in the objects category we're going to choose the destroy this instance trash can, drag it over, and the action will remove the block once the ball hits the block. So we're going to click OK. And then for the interaction between the ball and the border, the ball will simply bounce off the border. So first of all, we'll go ahead and click OK. And then we're going to double click on the object border in the objects file. And you can see I've already created mine. You need to create a collision event. I'll make that happen. So we're going to click add event, click collision, and choose object border. And then we want to choose bounce against solid objects. So we're going to drag that over, and we don't have to select anything. So we're just going to click OK. And then we'll click OK again. Go ahead and save. We have one more thing to do. We need to set up the room. So we haven't set up a space for this to happen in. So we're going to click on the room icon in the top toolbar, the white box. And here we are in our room. First thing we need to do is create a border on 3 sides. Only 3 because we don't want a border on the bottom because we want the game to stop if the ball hits the bottom part of the room. So you want to make sure you choose your border here. So click Object Border if it's not selected, and you're just going to click around. I'm just going to pause my video while I click around, and remember you're just doing the left side, right side, and the top. Okay, so we've got 3 sides here. The next thing we need to do is add our blocks, and we're going to create 3 rows of blocks. So to do that, we want to come down here, click on the little file selector and choose Object Block, and then we're going to create 3 rows of blocks. So I'm just clicking along. Click, click, click. You can see why we created blocks that had like a little pattern in them, so we could distinguish between the blocks. Just clicking along until you get 3 rows. And there you have it. So now that we have, we have a couple more things to do. We have to insert the paddle and we have to insert the ball. So we're going to click on the selector tool over here, choose the paddle, and then find a spot to place the paddle. Mine's a very small paddle. That's going to be kind of challenging. Then we're going to choose the ball, and we're going to place the ball right above the paddle. And that's it. We've set up the room. We can click OK, the green check mark, and we can save our file, and then we'll test it out here in just a second. One thing I will say before I launch into my preview is that I did test this out, and there's some things I might change about it, and I want to know if there are things you might change about the program as well. I'll point some of them out when I show you the preview. What you're going to notice here is that I'm not moving the paddle at all, and the ball is just kind of going to the same spots. I'll try to move it and see if it hits another spot. Ah, see? There we go. Let's try again. Ah, I'm not going to be very good at this. Oh my goodness. It might be helpful to slow the ball down or increase the size of the paddle. But the other thing that happens is it goes through all the blocks. It just barrels through all of them. And I haven't quite figured out how to fix that. So maybe one of you will be able to fix it. But here's our little preview. And also I might increase the paddle size. So maybe that would give my ball more room to bounce in different directions. I think I might try that. Okay, what I decided to do was go back in to the object ball, and I clicked on object paddle, the collision event, and then double clicked on start moving in a direction. Couple things you might want to change here and explore is I changed the speed, I halved it from 15 to 7. The other thing I noticed is that the ball only travels diagonally, so I'm going to add all these other arrows, actually probably just the up, down, maybe not right and left. And then I'm going to click OK, and then let's try this again. I'll save it. Let's see how it looks. Oop. Let's try that again. There we go. Now I'm getting some action in different directions. So that may be something you want to play with. We still haven't solved the issue of it going through all the different levels of the blocks, but we'll keep working on that. So when you're finished with your creation, make sure you did save it and then attach this file, the .gm81 file, to your assignment submission box. Have fun!